What are the hot spots for commercial defaults? And I'll tell you, I mean, maybe you don't think of Kansas City, but I've been surprised at some of the developments that have shown up on this list, with tax incentive defaults and all kinds of things going on right now. I think it's in every metro, obviously, but you have hot spots, William, where are you seeing more than others as you're working the commercial
I've seen
defaults?
I've seen a lot of commercial defaults in most of the larger cities. Most recently, I've been dealing with a couple of commercial deals in Cleveland. I've got a couple of commercial deals going on right now in the Boston area. They're going to take an absolute eternity to get done. I've got some commercial deals in the Miami area right now, commercial deals in Houston, commercial deals in the DFW area. Basically, it's really more segments than a geographical location. There are very few areas in the country where office space is healthy right now. Very, very few. For the most part, nationwide, it's pretty bad. Yes, large malls, they're absolutely getting slaughtered. That is absolutely true. The
Yeah.
bigger the commercial property is, the worse the issues are. And for the very same reasons that residential banks don't like foreclosing and taking over property, right? For the very same reasons, because they take responsibility at that point. Banks and governments hate nothing more than responsibility. That's their very least favorite thing in existence. And they'll do anything to avoid having responsibility. So they really prefer to just, you know, get out of it. One thing that I've actually seen happening quite a bit is commercial deals. They stall the foreclosure, even though the foreclosure process itself, from a legal standpoint, is much faster when it comes to commercial than it is residential because of the fact that you're not taking the roof away from somebody's head, right? So the consumer protection aspect is essentially non-existent regardless of what state you're even in the first place. Even extremely liberal places like Massachusetts, California, and New York, they can still foreclose on commercial very, very quickly. What's to be understood is that the banks are choosing not to go about that. And they're choosing not to go about that because of the fact that the holding costs would absolutely slaughter most banks. If they had to foreclose on a $100 million office building in downtown Boston, and then they have to float the taxes on that, they have to float all the maintenance on that, and they have to float the insurance on a mostly vacant office building, that'll wipe the bank out.